Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and today we're going to be looking at Max0r's incorrect summary of Control. Now, I know nothing about this. It came out in 2019, and that's all I got. I know literally nothing going into this. Otherwise, you guys know the deal. There's a link below to the original video. I don't know what is going to happen, but it's Max0r. It'll probably be mind-meltingly insane, but you know, it's a risk we're willing to and have endured before. So if I still have a brain at this point, that's news to me. Otherwise, one thing I do have to mention, and I can't believe I have to say this, I do not have a TikTok account. Someone is impersonating me on there, not me, which is really annoying because they're averaging a couple 100,000 views apparently, and that is just like, wow, they're better at me than me. Yeah, you can find me here on my channel, at Airier Games. You can find me at Twitter, also at Airier Games. You can find me in Discord, link below. I'm very degenerate. You kind of do that already. Otherwise, technically Twitch, but I don't ever use that. But yeah, not TikTok. Just gotta throw it out there. Otherwise, let's get started.
Control is a game where the
impossible is Adam Sandler's it was Mythbusters?
Ghost, and where 90% of all battles are fought using stone-based blunt force trauma. In this game, you play as
The fuck? No. Go back a second. Federal Bureau of Control? Oh, it's the name. They're name dropping it. Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Also, this might be weird, but I'm just looking at the gameplay right now, and all I'm thinking is this related to Beyond Two Souls? Yeah, that's where I'm going with this one. Is it right? I have no idea. There was combat in that game. I sucked at it. Most of the game wasn't, so it was fine.
Force trauma. In this game, you play as Traffic Control, who is given supernatural abilities by her
I can't even tell.
The unnaturally...
No, we're not going to miss that one. I'm not going to go back to see that because I have an idea what it was. And I'm not going to... No, just... Is she just shooting a random guy doing work?
Who's given supernatural abilities by her tulpa and the...
Her tulpa? Okay, yeah, no. Crazy missing... Schizophrenia. Wait. Oh god, they're going so fast. Schizophrenia. Oh, it's because the cats are not in sync with the actual video. My girlfriend, when I take my schizophrenia meds and she disappears. I hate these images. It takes advantage of how you're looking at it. It's like, it's not actually moving, but because your brain actually auto-interprets information, because not all of your vision is actually there all the time, there's actually spots in your vision, but your mind remembers what was there prior to you moving your head, so it auto-fills it in, but it makes you think it's moving, and that is really difficult to deal with. Wow. Good old-fashioned taking advantage of weird things the body does. And the fact that it says voices? What? Oh, it's actually... That's just weirder. Why are they doing that?
And the unnaturally Finnish janitor, as she undergoes the most complex and deadly job application known to man.
That was a job application?
As the new director for the Not SCP Foundation, you're given the...
You know, considering there actually is an SCP, well, full-on manga, whatever, and I'm pretty sure they're making a video game, I'm kind of disappointed isn't the SCP Foundation. Like, really, at this point, that would have been kind of an amazing twist. I would have played this game right off the bat, right away, if that was the case. Would have sucked at it still, but I would have played it.
The job of researching and containing supernatural kitchen appliances with minimal or no government oversight and what appears to be...
What? 14.7% of all embers are killed by the cohort's praetorial. Are you safe? Find out. Considering how many emperors there are, I thought... Wait. We're more than just... Huh. 40% is not... There was more than 10 emperors. That implies that more than just Caesar were killed by them. I don't actually know which other ones were there. I'm sorry, this is more just me kind of annoyed at myself for missing that, because that's something in history I was interested in. Huh.
Praetorian Guard succession law. You assume this mantle to fight the Hiss, a red-tinted, malevolent force of death, to stop them from breaching the Has-Been Hotel dimension. And much like any problem, this can be solved with a gun. But
it must be an American game. I knew it by the style, yes, but also, is this game taking place in Texas? Sci-fi Texas? Yeah, you know. Also, what was that about the Has-Been Hotel? Was that Has-Been Garfield? Wacko? American Huh. This one disturbingly works. I hate this because it actually fits perfectly. It's literally the characters there. Smug ass and absolutely done with this shit Monday. It even looks like their designs. They didn't even change that much. It's still basically... I need to move on. Okay, this one's at least weird enough, but just... We are reaching levels of fetish that are very much not something I'm okay with. I guess it's just the fire here? What the fuck? Oh, it's because it's the previous... Oh, no, that makes it worse.
Dimension. And much like any problem, this can be solved with a gun. But
Boom.
Stronger than any gun is our protagonist's extreme knack for hurling rocks at literal breakneck velocity, and in the process of destroying her enemy, conducts more stoning than Saudi Arabia. Here at the federal government, our exorcisms are performed...
Wait, why are they pulling Genshin characters? Also, I know he just did that video and I watched it first. That's
performed with extreme prejudice.
That's a Gmod, yeah.
Is one of the best action shooters that I have played in years. And to explain why,
similar, actually.
We're going hog
way
wild.
better.
So don't take this as legitimate consumer advice, because I'm as qualified and intelligent as an EA executive. Instead,
EA, where the only contribution they made to gaming to actually make it better was an Anthem. Yeah. Anthem, where the jump system didn't exist until an EA executive said they should add it in. The only good part about that entire game was added by an EA executive. That should tell you everything you need to know.
I ask you to join me in untangling the thrilling combat, the stellar visuals, the unusual plot, and a save system more malformed than Charles II.
What? Heart was the size of a peppercorn? Is that his... Oh. It's like someone went into a Souls game and maxed the sliders. And that looks bad, but maybe it's just a little off and that his head was full of water? Oh, he must have been royal. And if you get what I mean by that, yeah. Habsburgs, man, Habsburgs. Where's the bell? Geometric screaming? What the hell? What? I don't... Is that a giant... What? The game actually has you make faxes. Scan the forms. You literally have to cosplay as someone from Chainsaw Man and make faxes. This is the weirdest part. Like, I know I should be making a joke here, but no. Just the sheer modernity of it is just... Why would you do this to someone? It's like, I'm really bored at work, so I'm going to force the players to be really bored for a second there. Oh, God. It's like, hey, fill out this email in triplicate. Because you could copy it, but we don't let that happen because of administrative bureaucracy. I know what I said. Bureaucracy. Yeah. Live with it. Okay, the effects are... Is that the Taco Bell one? I feel like I'm missing something here. She does a lot of hitting. Wait, now she was in the chair?
Now, this game is surprisingly simple. Almost everything that you do is just in a room, shooting people, and that's the best shit ever. There's no pre-animated takedowns, no cinematic set pieces, no following an NPC for 6 fucking hours. Please, Bourbon, speed up. Every shootout is...
There was a game where you had to follow an NPC for that long? I mean, maybe in a Fallout game where it's an optional thing. I'm thinking of Fallout 3 where you could follow your dad at the end, but that was more just because you finally got to talk to him, and that stretched out where you got to actually talk to him. It was a reward at that point, but here, this... I don't know what game that was. I don't want to find out.
It's up to you, and that's what makes the spectacle
and she can fly?
Significantly more impressive than the Left 4 Dead 2 pre-rendered gas station explosion. Sorry guys, I was filming for a video.
Can we like kick this fucking dude?
In a way, this game is basically only possible
yeah,
because
rendering
of modern
eats up
CPUs.
PC.
If I showed this to my father 10 years...
What the... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was so horrible. I have to go back to see it. What the hell? Ah! Okay, one, that is actually worse than I thought it was. But also, kind of want that. That actually is kind of funny, and I kind of want that. So that's a beast of a computer. I've seen this picture before, I'm pretty sure. But What? This has to be just photoshopped on there. The screen can't actually still be working through. I'm going with someone dropped some kind of hydrochloric acid on this shit, man. I'm sorry. It's just like... the more I look, the worse it gets. It's not even that it's melting. It looks like it's powderizing. Did someone freaking Thanos snap this shit? Oh, and they had like little bits of identification right there, so they blurred it out. Nice of them to do that. On the other hand, good for Dell. Dell, our shit can actually survive really damn well, despite no matter what kind of fucked up shit you've done to it. Still gotta replace it, though. Dear God. It's like a Big D smoothie. Sorry, omelet in a blender. And if you reference that right, yeah, probably a war crime.
If I showed this to my father 10 years ago, he would have a fucking aneurysm. In those dark times,
yeah.
we were confined
Actually, that's not even a weird one.
To only render 10,000 cheese wheels at once. You'll probably need a good computer to render it, since every bullet spawns at least 50 clipboards upon impact. DLSS is also a miracle technology for when I don't want my computer to etch ones and zeros on a stone tablet. I highly recommend it. This aesthetic is very...
he's put that in there before, but is that him just crab walking? Also, oh God, it's the Windows 90. I knew I had just... Oh. And then even has, oh, what is that freaking monkey? I don't, this hurts. This literally hurts my, why is this video, it's like the memes aren't so weird. It's just, no, never mind. The memes were part of the weird. Oh God. I think I've heard of DLS at 1707 is what it's, I didn't even know they got that high. I mean, there's 4K, but this is I don't, that moment where you realize your computer is definitely not up to it. And DLSS, I'm assuming that's just enabling it to work at a lower level because...
technology for when I don't want my computer to etch ones and zeros on a
the audio effect makes it worse. Stone tablet. And then there's just, I guess, Max0r himself just crab walking.
This game doesn't have the slave labor budget of Dubai. Therefore, it sticks to relatively clean interiors that you subsequently trash like your local McDonald's bathroom. Just don't enter the sticky note room. Our adventure takes place in one building called the Oldest House, where the Federal Bureau of CIA Mormons conducts ethical experiments on the supernatural, like sissy hypnosis. Ooh, you want to hit the bell? It's a gateway between our world and the extra-dimensional, which is why white people immediately colonized it. There is variety, but what is there is tailor-made to make you feel like a pit bull in an orphanage. Enemies explode into colored smoke.
Pit bull in an orphanage? But they do that all the time. They're great therapy dogs. Seriously, they're just so loving and kind, and they'll just like lay on your feet and those are the big... Oh, it's because the stereotype that they're... Okay, never mind. Honestly, pit bulls, if you train them right, are some of the most social dogs out there. I absolutely love them. I get the joke. It took me a second though, because I'm just not used to thinking about them that way. Yeah, you gotta really fuck up a pit bull for them to actually be like that.
Rooms glow with beautiful lighting across a mirror sheen. And
really should have been SCP, really.
You can even help the disabled. Into the fucking ground. It's art direction that makes this game pop, and it's all about that spectacle. So make sure you fill your PC with an adequate number of beans. You are the agent of destruction of the game, and you fill your PC with an adequate number number of beans. You are the agent of destruction of the game and your computer, and the visuals only emphasize this. But it would be nothing without that sick gameplay. Battlefield 4 is a great looking game, but I struggle to theorize how the AI climbed out of the abortion bin. Fortunately, we're playing a game that has more than 2 buttons, so it's time to explain. Lesson 1 in Video James. The buttons. There's the aforementioned Mach 5 stone toss, but that's not all. You can literally fly in this game. Do you know how many options that unlocks? The paint buckets think they're safe, and suddenly this bastard's leaping direct. Among these are some fancy, less cool abilities. Okay, so you can choke, you can fly. Honestly, the powers look pretty cool. Was that... What the... Oh, is someone TikToking his Clee with an Among Us? Really? I got Among Us. Among these are some fancy, less cool abilities like a dodge, a shield, and the ability to overwrite their consciousness. It's for the greater good.
Oh, you can go full on mind control. Oh, yeah.
Well, the emphasis isn't really on the gun, so you have the generic guns, maybe a grenade launcher, or maybe you change class to soldier and die anyways because you suck. And then you have the Pierce, which vomits railroad spikes into the enemy at Mach 6. No point in using anything else anymore. You just have to join the railroad. Shut the fuck up, Desdemona. You can use weapons on basic enemies, but there is intense variety with enemies that have shields, enemies with more health, and enemies with both. But the most threatening enemies are
enemy design. Annoying, more annoying, super annoying. And also, was that Chica going, wow, okay, it's just a random Chica, wow. Agent ID FQ339. He's literally going boom. And Chica's just having a wow moment. Okay, sure, why not?
But the most threatening enemies are capable of harnessing the strongest powers in the entire game.
Goku and Drip.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Bullets are a scratch, and missiles are laughable compared to the sheer, incomprehensibly damaging effects of the chimpanzee. They are genuinely serious.
Damn, Rockstar's terror, man.
Your strongest attack, which is also The Rock. Let's get back to that later. But by far, the most engaging enemy in the game.
I guess you gotta rock them. Wait, what?
These all culminate to form a chaotic, fun mess of utter destruction with modifications, upgrades, and skill progression. We'll get back to that shit, so you can do a variety
there's more
of builds.
progression?
Experiment with your... Okay, I lied to you. We're actually doing this now.
Okay,
this video is being hijacked by the Bad Fairy. The spectacle of the game and the first-time experience is amazing, downright fantastic. But there's a serious problem, and that the single and only tactic the player can do requires a return to monkey. Throwing rocks is objectively always, in every scenario, the best strategy possible. Why do you think all my footage is just throwing rocks? There are upgrades, but rocks are objectively the best upgrade, so why do anything else?
So really, they made one overpowered ability and everything else just can't keep up. That, kind of sucks. On the other hand, throwing rocks sounds fun, but it's like being a monkey in a zoo. Yeah.
All other tactics are effectively LARPing that you want to win because of all things, and
it's basically a challenge run.
How you win every fight, every time. This will grate you by the end, and it makes repeated playthroughs repetitious. But Max0r, why can't you just use a different strategy if throwing rocks gets
not
so
as good?
boring? Well, this wouldn't be a problem in a normal game designed by a non-Finnic ethnicity. However, this is an enemy at the beginning of the game, and this is an enemy near the end.
I'm not even playing the game. I'm just sitting here going like, that's just annoying. They're not any better. They're not any harder. They're just taking the damage. He's not doing anything special. He just dies. Is now the entire point of this game.
I fully upgraded this gun. Effectively, enemies scale faster than you can upgrade your weaponry, which makes you weaker and more pathetic by the end of the game.
It's just trying to give you a sense that it's getting more difficult, but really it's just artificial.
Level it. Can you guess what it is? To get the exact same
spiders on his shoulder
as you did at the beginning, you have to use rocks or you're literally gimping yourself. It's like going to the zoo, but you're told the only way to see other animals is to jump into the chimp exhibit. It would be nice if I could choose more.
Oh yeah, because people did that. They actually thought that was... Yeah, it all started with that damn monkey Harambe.
Ways to be more effective, but the game has chosen for me. I should be allowed to feel more powerful as the game
Certified
goes
good
on,
gameplay.
especially if you fill the game with literal RPG mechanics.
Really?
Do not get me started on the mods.
Wait, there's
90%
RPG
of them
mechanics?
are shit like save ammo when levitating, shoot 5% more, receive more money on Christmas if it's a Tuesday. On my first playthrough, I went the entire game without finding a single damage mod. The grind has literally...
You have to find them? Sorry, that I thought it was like a progression and you get it by earning. Like, this isn't a freaking gacha game, but you have to find them randomly? Or like, do you have to just search and it's just in one place? And
no relationship to success whatsoever, so consider ignoring it. But what can't be ignored is our motivation. Why are we here? Where is the nearest Walmart? How to evade the police?
Why are you doing this anyways?
These answers and more can be found in the lore, a strange tale of a janitor and a whore.
Wait, seriously?
The experience that it gave me once, and the story is a huge part of that, so it's time to explore.
The story. Oh, it doesn't usually break that down as much.
The oldest house is a building out of time, shifting as you progress.
Oh, so that's why it's called the oldest house.
And the cosmos. We appear to be under the influence of terrifying cosmic beings that control its operations called the Board.
I just went shopping at Home Depot.
Seriously?
These fuckers are inhuman, non-Euclidean voices originating from a gigantic inverted pyramid in the astral.
Just for a good measure, it's literally just a giant meat sack monster with a looks like a flashlight head.
Inhuman, non-Euclidean
Yeah. Klee screaming, VTubers dancing. Very interesting. And is that Pecora? Oh yeah, I know that because Claudia Gurus just put out that she got into Fate Grand Order. She was very surprised when she found out Astolfo was a guy. He was actually adorable.
Inverted pyramid in the astral plane. You need a goddamn thesaurus to describe them.
Full on D&D on
just
this one.
Kind of listens to their commands for seemingly no reason. Sorry, Joe Biden. In real life, the polyhedron gets the girl. In the midst of this bullshit, there's also a cosmic war going on between beings of sound. The first is the Red Hiss, a force of death which invades and occupies the oldest house to spread its dominion. And the other is Polaris. Polaris is trapped inside a fucking tetrahedron. This necessitates the conscription of our protagonists to fight the cosmic war for them. At least we have a game. And to make matters worse, there is yet another mysterious, extra-dimensional presence lingering in the halls, the most powerful of them all. A Finnish guy. It's a big plot point that he lends you his Walkman. That's how fucking strong they are.
Take my cassette player. You can borrow it.
This is a real scene in the game? Really? Pony? They couldn't pony up for an actual license to say Sony? Honestly, considering how much they charged, they probably really couldn't. But I'm going to hear that game. I thought that was just him, but no, if this is the actual audio.
Powerful of them all. A Finnish guy. It's a big plot point that he lends you his Walkman. That's how fucking strong they are.
Take my cassette player.
Because it gets rid of the sound?
The song is a present from my friends to you. It will get you through the maze so you can do your job.
The only issue is that this unfolds due to fetch quests, exclusively. Oh, Jessup, we need to rock.
There's fetch quests in this game? I thought this was just a linear-driven story. Fetch quests? Or are they simulating an RPG gacha game because they're already doing that with mods? Oh, God.
Go get the rock. Oh, I gotta find Dylan. Oh boy, we're in the prison now. Oh, it looks like Dylan walked by himself.
If I was just walking through, that'd be interesting, but no.
I began the quest, causing all my time to be wasted. Oh, what's that, Dylan? I gotta find the spooky tetrahedron. Oh, crinklety crack. There goes my back. In reality, the plot is uniquely simple, and you could probably remove your brother from the story. There's this one moment where Dylan expresses doubt for your cause. The Foundation kidnapped him. It hurt Jessie, and then made her director within 3 seconds of walking in. The story is a struggle between a good side and an evil side. Every salient point that Dylan makes is kind of shrugged off as him being just crazy. And Jesse's just like, oh man, you know, the guys who kidnapped my brother, I'll work for him without questioning that. Almost had nuance or moral complexity there. Good thing that I levitated over it. Now all I have to do is put my brother in a fucking coma.
Stop screaming, Dylan.
This is all slightly offset by the presence of one Dr. Darling, whose personality is so strong I can only assume the game was built around him.
So basically, what I'm getting right now is someone went either Handsome Jack or that one doctor from the Portal games, who's for some reason, I can't remember the name of it, which is weird because I normally do. It's like, hey, you know what's going to be fun? Let's make a game around this and see if we can do our own version. But then let's add RPG elements to stretch it out a little longer. Sorry, I'm sitting here thinking, these are obvious design flaws. Maybe I'm just missing something, but I've seen a lot of games recently that had really good storylines, but they're very linear, and this one seems like, yeah, fetch quest, but it's not a Skyrim-style fetch quest where there's so many other things to do, you don't have to do it. And just tidy up the coffee cups, deliver mail, scan the forms, and the story seems weird. Maybe it's just Max0r's presentation, but the thing is, his is usually very accurate, so maybe I'm not misreading it. This seems like a very weird game.
Became tired of the Dylan saga. Darling was there, dancing on a projector in my mind palace.
This is a real scene in the game. Is this... You know what, just tell me. Tell me right now. Is this entire game literally in her head? Is this just all crazy all the way down because it's all in her mind? Like, she never left. None of this is real. It's all in her mind? Tell me that's the case, because that's the only thing I can think of right here. Otherwise, someone is on multiple drugs that can get them into jail for a very long time to come up with this. Let's go with, game. Because it doesn't feel like one at this point. That is...
I found myself drawn to him, loving every second of his performance, and I think I know why.
He's a real person
Jessie
too.
has the personality of a fish. She could suck the rainbow out of a pride parade. The expansions can try to help with this, but no,
There's
they
expansions?
don't. When I review DLC, they're often bombastic, new, and interesting, but Control's expansions suffer from the malaise of the late game. They typically drag on, and I'm just bored. They even got Alan Wake in the expansion where they fake the moon landing. That's supposed to be a fun sentence, but the gameplay is identical. The Foundation DLC tries to shake things up by adding a new enemy, but instead of blending it into the combat, the game sends 50 screaming baboons to fight you all at once. POV, you are a miner on Discord. With all this in mind, I can't really recommend that you play Control. Wrong. That's right. This game is making a comeback. Sometimes, entire games can be boiled down to just one moment. One pure example that stays with you forever and makes the experience truly worth playing.
I'm sorry, he's been building up to the point where I'm thinking this is horrible. And while it has cool rock throwing mechanics, nothing about this sounds like it could possibly be good. And now he's like, no, there's something good that made it actually worth it. He's building up the hype here. Also, is that just a guy sitting in a chair? Oh yeah, because there's chairs everywhere.
For me, there is nothing more emblematic of this than the ashtray maze. So if you're interested in playing Control, here is the magic word. This is when the game dives headlong into the absurdity, the action, and everything else that makes this game actually good.
And they're going full JoJo in the background.
Control, at least you can take away this. Every mechanic, every encounter was all building up to the moment that you grip your finished Walkman and let it play. And yes, this music is in the game.
Oh god damn, it's actually amazing. There's a god mode and it's literally Finnish music. Or Finnish Walkman. So it's literally in the head, so she's just zoning out a bit. Okay, never mind. This is actually pretty cool.
Might not be worth playing, but Ashtray Maze is a recommend. I would like to thank the kind and truthful members of the federal government for adequately funding my clandestine operations in Peru. If you'd like to contribute towards the understanding of the supernatural objects that are my videos, you can head to my Patreon to learn more. Thank you all for watching and screaming, and of course, mermaids are real.
So I'm going to be completely honest. I'm going into this and thinking Control looks like a giant mess of a game where they had no idea what they were doing and completely botched a lot of aspects of it. Except for that last one where he's like, this is amazing. I'm just looking at this going, the music's pretty cool. And the effects are super trippy to the point where all the crazy weirdness is better. And I kind of want to just go in and see if I can get a corrupted save file just to drop into that scene, to run through, do crazy shit, and just have everything go wonky all around me. Because that sounds like it'd be really fun. Like, if that was the entire game, I would buy it right now. Because it's not, I might just go watch a playthrough of that specific level because that looks really fun. The rest of it look like an ape simulator. Big ape throw rock. It's fun. It might be fun once, but ugh. That said, if someone knows a really good place to check out a Let's Play of that specific level, let me know. I'll probably check it out. Otherwise, here's the thing. That is the end of the playlist Max0r has for his incorrect summary. So I guess there's just no other summaries he's done, no other incorrects. And I guess this is where it has to end. I know it's horrible. There's nothing else to watch. Just going to wait a few seconds for everyone to go, God, Airier, why'd you do? And in the comments, just have fun with that. I know there's going to be a few things. I don't actually know which one's going to be next. I think it might be Revengeance, but it might be something else too. Maybe Project Wingman. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. Me figuring something out. And other obvious lies. All the same, I'm really loving all this stuff. And this is crazy. I think the last one's a little crazier, but this one is just crazy because I think he's working around a game that's just what the fuck inducing on its face, followed by everything else. And when it got to the actual what the fuck inducement where it should have started, it was just kind of like, oh, hey, that's actually pretty cool. And bam, that sounds actually like something I'm talking myself into playing it, aren't I? God damn it. Otherwise, just pointing it out again, if you see me on TikTok, it's not me, it's someone impersonating me because I don't know why, but they're doing me better than me. Yeah, it bugs me. Otherwise, I'm on TikTok. No, wait, no. Scratch that. I'm on Twitter. Completely different service, yes. And different level of degeneracy. At Airier Games, YouTube, at Airier Games. Also, because you're right here, you know that. And Discord, because you can find me down below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.